In the center of the night stood Ikenna's hut, its raffia walls trembling against the storm, its fire glowing unnaturally bright through the cracks, as though the very flames within had been fed by more than wood and oil. Inside, Ikenna rocked Adaku's stiff body in his arms, his voice low and fevered as he sang lullabies she had once sung to him, his tears falling on her cold cheeks. But as the storm howled and the fire flickered wildly, the stillness of the corpse began to change. Or perhaps it was only Ikenna's madness twisting reality, for he swore he saw her lips curl into a faint smile, and he swore he felt her fingers tighten ever so slightly around his wrists. Outside, the villagers gathered at a distance, clutching torches and spears, their faces pale with fear. The elders had finally decided that the abomination must end, that Adaku's body must be returned to the earth so her spirit could rest and the village be spared. Okonkwo, the eldest among them, lifted his staff and declared in a voice that shook with both age and authority that no man was above the laws of the dead, and no love, however deep, could justify such defilement. But as they approached the hut, a sound rose from within that froze their blood. A woman's laughter, soft at first, then swelling into a high piercing cackle that rolled across the village like thunder. The men stumbled back, their torches flickering, as the raffia door burst open and Ikenna staggered out, his hair wild, his eyes glowing with a terrible light, clutching Adaku's body to his chest as though she were a bride. He refused to surrender. "She is mine," he screamed into the night, his voice raw with madness, echoing off the iroko trees. "She is not dead. She lives. She breathes. She loves me still." And as he spoke, the corpse in his arms seemed to twitch, its head lolling unnaturally. The elders cried out in horror, women wailed and children fainted, for it was clear to all that what Ikenna held was no longer his mother, nor was it merely a body. It was something caught between worlds, twisted by grief, bound by unnatural desire, a spirit neither alive nor dead. The ground beneath their feet trembled and the air grew heavy with the stench of rot, as though the earth itself rejected what Ikenna had done. In desperation, Okonkwo raised his staff and commanded the villagers to seize him. But when the bravest of the men rushed forward, they were thrown back as though struck by invisible hands, their bodies hitting the earth with a force that left them gasping. Ikenna's laughter now mingled with the corpses, a sound so inhumane that even the dogs fled into the forests, howling. At last, a moment of clarity, one of the younger men, whose courage outshone his fear, hauled his torch at the hut, and the dry raffia walls caught fire at once, the flames leaping high into the night sky. The villagers, though terrified, joined in. Tossing more torches onto the hut became an inferno. Ikenna screamed and clutched the corpse tighter, refusing to let go, refusing to surrender his mother to the flames. The villagers watched in horror as he carried her into the fire, his voice rising above the crackle of burning wood. "If she must burn, then I burn with her." The blaze consumed them both. The screams echoed long after the flames had devoured the hut, until at last only ashes remained. The storm quieted and the wind stilled, and the village fell into a silence so profound that even the crickets dared not sing. The next morning, the elders gathered at the ruins and poured libations of palm wine into the earth, praying for forgiveness, for cleansing, for the release of Adaku's spirit. They scattered the ashes at the foot of the iroko tree and decreed that no hut would ever again be built on that ground, for it was cursed by sorrow and madness. Parents told their children the story of Ikenna as a warning, that grief must not grow into obsession, that love must not cross the boundaries of death, and that those who disturb the rest of the dead invite ruin upon themselves and all who live around them.